day, my name is Angelo. This is Nation Voice Tower, your most preferred YouTube channel. How have we been? As for we over here, we've been doing perfectly alright. Now, straight to the matter of the day. It's been almost a month. Yes, close to getting to 2 months now since the Supreme Court gave a final ruling in the case or in the petition or in the appeal of the petition of Peter Obi, the Labour Party, against Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Kashim Shettima, and the All Progressive Congress. Remember so well that same day that the final ruling was given, it was not only for the LP alone, that it wasn't only for the Labour Party alone, but the People's Democratic Party had their own ruling given that day too. That same day, the petition of the APM, I think, Allied People's Party or People's Movement, was squashed. Now, remember so well that the Supreme Court gave the judgment of just the People's Democratic Party and said the same applies to the Labour Party, according to Justice Inyang Okoro, the lead or the chairman of the panel. So by implication, no CTC document was given to Labour Party till date to be or to serve as a copy of their judgment. No evidence whatsoever, as it's supposed to be, after the tribunal gave their ruling at the appeal court, there was a certified copy of the judgment given to both parties involved in the case. This time around, it has been revealed that to date, or up till today, the Supreme Court is yet to make available the original copies. In fact, any of the copies, whether fake or original, the Supreme Court is yet to make available the copies of the judgment it gave in October. The judgment of Peter Obi, the Labour Party against the APC, Kashim Shettima, and Tinubu. So we would say this is an exposé talking about how the Supreme Court have tried to hide secrets that involve the presidential elections petition for the Labour Party and Peter Obi versus Bola Ahmed Tinubu and APC. As up till today, up until today, no copy of the final ruling of the Supreme Court has been provided to the Labour Party or to Peter Gregory Obi. This is pointing at something, just one. There was foul play. We all know that there was a foul play, but this confirms it. And this exposé you're going to hear next will confirm it, I think, close to 100%. The Supreme Court, up until today, has refused to provide any CTC for the judgment of Labour Party and Peter Obi's case against Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Kashim Shettima, and the All Progressive Congress, APC. Remember that on October 26, 2023, we were all at the Supreme Court for judgment. The Supreme Court only proceeded to read the judgment for the People's Democratic Party. After that, the presiding Justice John Nyang Okoro JSC, verbally stated that the decision for People's Democratic Party applies to the Labour Party. No judgment was read or given for Labour Party at the Supreme Court. All the judge said was that the judgment for People's Democratic Party has also been applied for the Labour Party. Everyone found it shocking, most especially because the case filed by the PDP and the Labour Party are different, and the appeals are two different appeals, apart from the 25% votes in Abuja. The Supreme Court has now refused to provide any certified true copy for any judgment for the Labour Party case. This means that either the judgment is not ready and the Supreme Court wanted to illegally quickly squash the case, or the Supreme Court is avoiding to give any judgment because they know how vital the issues on the Labour Party's case are. Remember, the prayers of the Labour Party were forfeiture of funds by Bola Ahmed Tinubu being proceeds of narcotics trafficking contained in the Labour Party petition. Number 2, double nomination of the third respondent, Kashim Shettima. PDP, remember, did not include Shettima in their case. It was Labour Party that included him, and the Supreme Court are yet to provide any judgment on this. Number 3, failure to comply with the mandatory requirements of Section 73, subsection 2 of the Electoral Act 2022, the consequences of which the provision stipulates renders the election invalid. The Supreme Court are yet to provide judgment for this. The effect of the certified true copies of 18,123 blood and unreadable polling unit result sheets, that is from EC8As, downloaded from the IREF issued by the INEC to the Labour Party and its candidate, which they tendered in court. Some were blank, and some were just pictures, some were blank pictures, and some were images of unknown persons. They were purported to be copies of polling unit results, even with the materiality of the issue. The Court of Appeal evaded making a finding on it. These were all part of the Labour Party appeal, but not that of the People's Democratic Party appeal. So how can the judge refuse to give any response on it up until today? The Labour Party sent a letter dated 26th October 2023 to the Chief Registrar of the Supreme Court for the certified true copy of the judgment in the Labour Party appeal, but no response was given. Again, on the 8th day of November 2023, Labour Party allegedly sent a letter requesting for the certified true copy of the judgment, but no response was given. Section 294, subsection 1 mandates the Supreme Court to furnish all parties with duly authenticated copies of the decision within 7 days of the delivery. Up until today, there is no CTC for Peter Obi and Labour Party's case against Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Kashim Shettima, and the All Progressive Congress. It is embarrassing that the Supreme Court does not have any judgment for the Labour Party and Peter Obi's case because they are trying maybe to hide facts. If they have a judgment, then they should avail Labour Party with the copy of the judgment and stop hiding by the corners. Right, welcome back. This is Nation Voice Tower, your most preferred channel. Okay, that was the expose there. Well, this just goes further to confirm that the Supreme Court had a very big hand or a very big role to play in, squashing the case of the Labour Party and affirming Bola Tinubu president. That was the foul play that took place at the Supreme Court, and this further confirms it. Then, why wouldn't you be able to make available the original copies of what you read a few months ago? It's either there was nothing that you read or nothing from which you read from, or you have actually disposed what you read from, which is a misconduct. Yes, a very, very big misconduct from your own point of view or from your own perspective as a judge. All right. So I will not say much on this. It is sad that we have judges in Nigeria that can actually be corrupt, take funds, and turn the hands of justice. All right. It will go down in history that this particular group of judges were responsible for the near extinction of the country because of bad governance. Secondly, I will talk about the Rivers State political crisis a bit. Wike and Fubara have been in controversy. It's no longer news. But the people of Rivers State seem to have their backings for their new governor. Do you know why I'm saying this? Now, the president of the Ijaw Youth Council, who happens to also hold a very important seat at the Niger Delta Youth Council, the same man, Mr. Alaye Theophilus, has played down any possibilities of Governor Sim Fubara deliberately creating crisis in the state. That means he's invariably trying to suggest that the crisis was created by Nyesom Wike. This goes further to confirm that Nyesom Wike has actually lost his space as somebody that the people of Rivers State will be loyal to. Rivers State people seem to be very, very loyal to their new governor now. Please stay tuned for Mr. Alaye Theophilus.
Thank you very much. In as much as what is happening in Rivers State is very, very unfortunate, because in as much as the Rivers people are concerned, it's a peaceful, business-friendly, and development-oriented government and governance that they want as a people. But be that as it may, as a governor of Rivers State, which is the incumbent governor, Sim Fubara, I believe, as the person that is in the helms of affairs in Rivers State, cannot deliberately foment crisis that will cause crisis or lead to instability in a state that is governing. So in as much as we are aware, those political godfathers that really want to control the activities, the happenings, the political environment in Rivers State are the group of persons that are really behind the crisis, the crisis that is happening here in Rivers State. And it is really, really unfortunate that a state that is very, very sensitive and instrumental to the stability and the peace and the well-being of the entirety of the Niger Delta is about to be pushed into crisis just because of some few individuals, some few group of persons that believe that the affairs of things, the way the political arena, environment in the state is not really favoring them. Well, as a council, as the president of the council, it's very, very unfortunate, and we believe that as Mr. President has already intervened, stability will come back to Rivers State, and the development and the well-being of Rivers State people are going to be at top priority.
Okay, Alaye Theophilus there. He has spoken for the Ijaw people, and I feel he has spoken for the youths of Rivers State too. Yeah, there are groups that have come out to, point hands at the governor and all that. But the majority of population or of people in Rivers State tend to be behind their new governor. We just hope this doesn't turn out to be the first and the final 4 years of Sim Fubara in the Rivers State political seat. Because with the recent things I'm saying, Wike may be up to something. The police commissioner of Rivers State has been changed. The resident electoral commissioner has been changed. Lots of few people and very few key parastatals and commissions have experienced change in Rivers State. That means something is coming in front or in the near future. Alright, so Sim Fubara should get prepared. Wike will not go without a fight. Alright, yeah, thirdly, I would like to speak on the judiciary this time around. But this time around, I will focus on the reasons why maybe our judiciary is not working. Because a few days ago, I saw a news. I stumbled over a piece of news saying 58 new senior advocates were sworn in. That is what I want to talk about right now. 58 new senior advocates were sworn in. Why will you swear in 58 new senior advocates? Have they all attained, that requirement of being senior advocates of Nigeria? So why confirm them? But fortunately, I'm not the only person who has this view. According to Arise News analyst Mahmoud Jega, he thinks that usually senior advocate of Nigeria used to be fewer than the number that were sworn in a few days ago, and also they were not only fewer but they were more solid. That means they were intellectually sound, and they were people who had reasons to be called senior advocates. All right, but according to Mahmoud Jega, today, especially with what we saw at the swearing in of 58 senior advocates of Nigeria few days ago, Mahmoud Jega feels that these things are not working as before. In fact, these senior advocates were just pushed in there due to very few connections they have in the judiciary and all that. All right, I will give you my take after this video. Please stay tuned for Mahmoud Jega.
I know that in previous years the SANs used to be much fewer than they are now, and really 10, 20 years ago, when they were so few, anybody could see that they were solid guys, you know, very big lawyers. But in recent years the number increased very much, and inevitably it affects perceptions and of quality and cost and others. Probably the sons of today may not generate as much respect as the sons of 20, not to mention 30 years ago, when they were very few. But that's okay, it's a work in progress, and the law profession can continue refining its methods.
Right, that is that. Mahmoud Jega there. If you ask me, I would say categorically that I feel so well that the election process or the selection process for the senior advocates of Nigeria has been compromised. That is the only thing I can say. And if they are compromised, these people will go further to do the biddings of people who, you know, put them in that position. That is how the politics works. All right, and then tomorrow you're asking somebody to go to courts when the person that is the person who is apparently going to sit over the petition will be somebody he wants put in office, or somebody he wants elevated. All right, so you have to expect a bias sort of judgment in that kind of case. All right, so I would say again that these 58 new senior advocates, well, I feel their selection process was compromised, and if you check again, you would notice that a handful of them may not have qualified to be called senior advocates or to be sworn in as senior advocate of Nigeria. Thank you so much for staying this far. Please like, share our videos, drop a comment for us in the comment section. If you're watching me for the first time, tap the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you get to see me promptly when I drop a new update. See you next time. Bye.